One of the prosecutors who quit over the order said that Adams' lawyer came in looking for a quid pro quo. What? Oh, so I mean, like, well, like, how do you? What do you? Actual quid pro quo, fucking wild. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Seems pretty wild, but we're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to see. Oops. Okay. Okay. So here's what I've heard. Eric Adams did some corruption. Gets investigated. I don't know if he got like indicted or whatever. Basically Trump lets him walk, and in exchange for enforcing harsher immigration policy. So what Eric is accused of, we'll find out. U.S. prosecutors have filed a motion to drop charges against New York City Eric Adams that accused him of bribery and fraud as a part of a long-running scheme to enrich himself while working with foreign officials. Ooh. The request to drop the charges will require approval by judge. Adams is alleged to have accepted illegal gifts worth $100,000 from Turkish citizens and at least one government official. Adams, a former police captain, denied any wrongdoing and pled not guilty. Here's what we know. Also, sorry, my shit's covering up kind of a lot. We'll keep it like right here. In early February, an order from the acting Attorney General, Emily Bove, who was appointed by Donald Trump, said the indictment had restricted the mayor's ability to address illegal immigration and violent crime in the city. Bove ordered federal prosecutors to drop the charges. Okay. Okay. So he did get indicted. So now the question is that indictment publicly available? Okay, link to the indictment is here. Okay. $57 pages, that's not that bad. Okay. US v. Eric Adams page. And that will be our link. Fuck, I'm hungry. In 2014, Eric Adams, the defendant, became Brooklyn Borough president. Thereafter, for nearly a decade, Adams sought and accepted improper value benefits such as luxury international travel, including from wealthy foreign business people, at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. By 2018, Adams, who had then made known plans for his run for mayor of New York, not only accepted but sought illegal campaign contributions to his 2021 mayoral campaign. as well as other things of value from foreign nationals. As Adams' prominence and power grew, his foreign national benefactors sought to cash in on their corrupt relationships with him, particularly when, in 2021, it became clear that Adams would become the New York City's mayor. Adams agreed, providing favorable treatment in exchange for illicit benefits he received. After his inauguration as mayor of New York City, Adams soon began preparing for his next election, including by planning to solicit more illegal contributions and gaining requests from those who supported his 2021 mayoral campaign with such donations. Eric Adams, the defendant, sought and accepted illegal gifts, contributions, in the form of nominee or straw contributions, meaning the true contributors conveyed their money through national donors who falsely certified that they were contributing on their own money. By smuggling their contributions to Adams through U.S.-based straw donors, Adams overseas contributors defeated federal laws that served to prevent foreign influence on U.S. elections. Wealthy individuals evaded laws designed to limit their power over elected officials by restricting the amount any one person can donate to a candidate, and businesses circumvented New York City's ban on corporate contributions by funneling their donations through multiple employees, frustrating a law that seeks to reduce corporate power in politics. Adams increased his fundraising by accepting these concealed illegal donations at the cost of giving his secret patrons the undue influence over him that laws tried to prevent. So, I'm probably not going to read this whole thing, but he is accused of taking illegal donations from foreign governments and business officials in exchange for favorable treatment from NY. Basically page 1. Let's read the more specific. The New York City Campaign Finance Board. We should do background. Oversees and administers publicly funded campaign finance system for municipal elections in New York City, including matching funds program that provides eligible candidates with public funds to match small dollar donations from New York City residents. The matching funds program is intended to incentivize candidates to finance their campaigns by engaging with average New Yorkers instead of seeking large contributions from a limited number of influential donors to empower more candidates to run for office even without access to wealth. For mayoral candidates in the 2021 and 2025 election cycles, the matching funds program operated as relevant here in the following manner. I can't copy paste from this indictment, can I? Fuck. A candidate that collected a minimum number of contributions and raised a minimum amount of qualifying contributions from New York City residents were eligible to opt in. That meets minimum amounts of contributions are eligible to opt into the CFB. Candidates that opt into the matching funds program were required to file a signed notarized certificate attesting, among other things, that they understood that they were responsible for reading, understanding, and complying with and ensuring their campaign's compliance with various statutes and rules, that submitting fraudulent claims for matching funds and otherwise furnishing false information to the CFB would constitute a fundamental breach of the obligations affirmed as part of the certification, and that in the event of such a breach, they would be ineligible to receive additional matching funds and would be required to return all matching funds. States agree to follow all of the statutes with the goddamn CFB, and if they do not, they must return all of the funds they receive. The matching funds program would provide up to $8 in matching funds for every $1 of eligible contributions, up to $250 from New York City residents. In other words, for each eligible contribution of at least $250, a participating candidate could collect up to $2,000 in matching funds. The matching funds program would provide up to $12 million-ish, $13 million-ish in matching funds for qualifying mayoral candidates during the primary and general election of 2021 election cycle. Oh shit, the stream came back. Looking at Adams now, I'm guessing. Yeah. And up to $14 million in matching funds for qualifying mayoral candidates during the primary. Okay, so it just contributed a bunch of money. So, this program would provide a max of $8 to $1 in matching funds. Certain kinds of contributions were prohibited entirely. Straw contributions. Straw contributions. Contributions from someone who is not a lawful resident of the United States. Contributions from foreign entities. Contributions from corporations, and contributions that were made, received, or solicited in violation of law. So, from violation of law or from corporations. Through its campaign finance handbook, the CFB informed candidates and their campaign staff that straw contributions were not only prohibited but also illegal. Candidates that opted into the matching funds program were required to regularly submit the CFB disclosure statements that, among other things, identified all contributions received during a particular reporting period, regardless of whether those contributions were eligible for matching funds. All funds must be reported to the CFB even if ineligible for fund matching Oh, so the fund matching program. The fund matching program is separated. It's run. The fund matching program is run by the CFB. It's not the CFB. My bad. Even if ineligible for fund matching, these disclosure agreements were required to be submitted electronically by either the candidate or one of the campaign's treasurers using a unique login. In order to submit a disclosure agreement, the filer was required to identify himself or herself as the candidate or treasurer, electrically sign a verification stating this disclosure statement is true, and by clicking verify. Eric Adams was aware that the law prohibited foreign conduit and corporation contributions. As early as 2018, Adams began raising money to fund his first mayoral campaign. In 2019, Adams submitted the required certification to opt into the matching funds program. Timeline. Adams. So we'll say 2018. September 2019. Adams submits required documentation to join the CFB's fund matching program. This is not on screen for you guys, my bad. In preparation for his 2021 mayoral bid. This is page 6. During the 2021 election cycle, Adams and persons acting at his discretion regularly submitted and signed disclosure agreements attesting to the veracity of the information being provided to the CFB. Adams won his party's primary election in July 2021 and was elected mayor in November 2021. While serving as mayor, Adams again opted into the funds matching program and began fundraising for his 2025 re-election campaign, continuing to the date of this indictment. Within a year of becoming Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams, the defendant, began building a relationship with foreign nationals who were seeking to influence him. In the years that follow, Adams solicited and knowingly accepted illegal campaign contributions to and improper personal benefits from those foreign nationals. In 2015, Adams, the defendant, took 2 official trips to Turkey. His first trip was in August 2015. Was arranged by the Turkish Consulate General in New York City, and paid for in part by the Turkish Consulate and in part by for-profit educational conglomerate based in Istanbul. Eric Adams takes an official trip to Turkey, arranged by the Turkish Consulate. December 2015. I don't know if the funding is important, but we'll see. The second trip in, Adams knows he's fucked the moment Trump can't use him anymore, as in when he loses the election. Yeah, probably. I have yet to look into the relationship with Donald Trump. Right now I'm just reading through the indictment to know what he's being accused of. The second trip in December 2015 was arranged by a Turkish official and a Turkish entrepreneur, whose business included organizing events to introduce Turkish corporations and business people to politicians, celebrities, and others. For both trips, so Eric Adams takes an official trip to Turkey, arranged by a Turkish official and a Turkish entrepreneur in for both trips. Adams received that's fine-ish. For both trips, received free business class tickets on the Turkish airline. Unlike Adams' subsequent travel with the Turkish Airlines, Adams reported his 2015 travel to Turkey on financial disclosure forms with the New York City Conflict of Interest Board, and he was required to do so annually. So these two trips, Adams legally reported to Adams was legally obligated to report to the NY conflict of interest board, which he did. It's page 7. It's also page 6. In the 2015 travel to Turkey by Eric Adams, involved several people relevant to the events transcribed in the indictment. Turkish entrepreneur. This Turkish entrepreneur was responsible for introducing Turkish businesses with politicians and celebrities. Totally unrelated, but do you enjoy any games? I like Minecraft. I like Terraria. I like Bloons Tower Defense, but most of the games that I like are more like idle, not super intensive, kind of turn your brain off games. My enjoyment of video games has definitely been going down though. Okay, so Businessman 1. Businessman 1, who met with Adams in Istanbul in 2015 and again in Brooklyn, New York, 2020 or 2018. Businessman 1, who was considering a business venture in Brooklyn, and also sought to enhance his own status by befriending Adams, and later made illegal contributions to his 2021 campaign. Okay. Do I really need to read all of this? After Eric Adams, the defendant, first traveled to Turkey in 2015, the Turkish official introduced Adams to Turkish Airlines, general manager in the New York City area, the airline manager. In 2016 and twice in 2017, Adams solicited and accepted free and heavily discounted luxury air travel from the Turkish airline as a part of the Turkish officials' efforts to gain influence over Adams in 3 separate trips. In October 2016, Adams and his domestic partner traveled to India. Adams' partner purchased economy class tickets for herself and Adams on the Turkish airline for approximately $2,000. 2 days after their flight was scheduled to depart, Adams accepted upgrades for himself and his partners by the Turkish Airlines to business class at no cost. Business class was the highest offered by the Turkish airline. Had Adams and his partner purchased their business class tickets, they would be $15,000 total. In August 2017, Adams, a close relative of Adams, a close relative and a member of Adams' staff, who served Adams' liaison to Asian American communities in New York City, traveled to Nice, France, Istanbul, Turkey, Colombo, Beijing, and China. Yeah, it is. This is kind of bad so far. Adams accepted free business class tickets to the Turkish airline worth more than $35,000 for himself and his companions. In 2017, Adams and Adams' liaison traveled to Nepal through Istanbul and Beijing. Adams accepted free business class tickets to the Turkish airline for himself. Because the Turkish Airlines provided free travel benefits worth tens of thousands of dollars to Eric Adams, the defendant, he flew the Turkish airline even when doing so otherwise inconvenient. For example, during July and August 2017. Okay, so basically, the Turkish airline. Okay. So here, Adams is introduced to the general manager of the Turkish airline. This airline would cover many trips for Adams. Costing tens of thousands. For example, in July and August 2017 trip, Adams' partner was surprised to learn that Adams was in Turkey when she had understood him to be flying from New York to France. Adams responded in a text message, transferring here, first stop is always Istanbul. When Adams' partner, did you say 30,000 in airplane tickets alone? Tens of thousands. So that means at least over 20,000. Yeah, at least over 20,000. When Adams' partner later inquired about planning a trip to Easter Island, Chile, Adams reportedly asked her whether Turkish Airlines could be used for their flights, requiring her to call the Turkish airline that they did not have routes between Chile and New York. Eric Adams also accepted valuable travel and hospitality benefits for himself and his companions during their time in Turkey. For example, during a stay in Istanbul, during July and August 2017 trips, Adams and Adams' relative and Adams' liaison accepted a heavily discounted stay at St. Rains, Istanbul, arranged by the promoter. Is owned by a businesswoman who sought to integrate herself with Adams. Damn, that's nice. Although the booking for the suite for 2 nights would have cost $7,000, Adams paid less than $600. So throughout 2017, Adams and company enjoyed yeah, heavily discounted hotel rooms and flights from Turkish it would have been better hidden if they had just straight up given him the cash. He couldn't really help himself at all. Yeah. In order to conceal the valuable flight, hotel, and other travel benefits Eric Adams accepted from foreign nationals seeking to influence over him, he did not disclose any of these trips. Eric Adams does not disclose any of these trips on his annual disclosure forms. Page 11. And there's no shot that they don't have, like, because the one argument that you have against reading indictments is that, like, oh, well, none of this is proven or whatever. But there's no shot that they didn't have any proof of it because they kept, like, they kept needing to fire prosecutors in order to not have them pursue this case. By law, he's required to file at times relevant to this indictment. On his 2016 and 2017 annual disclosure forms, Adams was asked whether he received any gifts from the same person, entity, or donor affiliated who had business dealings with the city. Eric Adams answered no. He also relied on disclosure forms about accepting gifts from entities who had business dealings with the city. So he just disappears and the people don't know where their mayor is. Like, airport securities keep record of this stuff. So this was when he was running for mayor. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe. When did he win? When did Eric Adams become mayor? Yeah, he won in 2022. So at this point, he wasn't mayor yet. Oh boy. Oh, Twitch just went down. Give me 1 second. 1 second, Aruni. Oh. Okay, start. Hmm. I know we're at a delay on Twitch, but can I? It should be streaming to Twitch right now. Stop all. Start all? Does that work? Well. YouTube reigns supreme. So true. Okay. Offline. Okay. That says offline. At least there's that. So. Well. Sucks to be on Twitch. What a shame. Error occurred. Alright, well. We'll try that next time. See if it works any better. Never seen a YouTube crash before. I've definitely gone offline on YouTube for sure. But the thing with YouTube that's nice is that it's just really super easy to reconnect. But the problem is that I'm using this OBS plugin to connect to Twitch, so it's kind of weird. Because I'm not streaming directly to Twitch, whereas I am streaming directly to YouTube, so it's going to be a lot easier for YouTube to interface with OBS as compared to OBS interfacing with this plugin and this plugin interfacing with Twitch. But YouTube is supreme, so. Eric Adams, the defendant, also sought to conceal luxury travel benefits he solicited and accepted from foreign nationals by creating fake paper trails, which members of Adams' staff assisted in at his direction. For example, Adams attempted to create a fake paper trail suggesting that he had paid for the 2017 Turkish Airlines flights. So that speaks to guilt for sure. Adams employed a scheduler who managed his appointments, despite her status as New York City employee. Was used by Adams to perform personal tasks for him. Adams also assigned Schuler to pay various personal expenses for him after Adams would reimburse him. Adams sent a series of emails directing Adam Schuler to pay for free 2017 flights, and his compensations had already been taken on. The emails provided inconsistent explanations. In some, Adams suggested that Schuler should pay by using Adams' credit card, while in others, Adams claimed to have left the cash in an envelope for Schuler to send to the Turkish airline. Okay. In 2018, we're in 2018 now, Eric Adams, the defendant, began raising funds for the 2021 campaign. Adams closely involved with the details of fundraising, which he regarded as vital to his success, as he texted close supporters later in the campaign, "You win this race by raising money. Have to raise money. Everything else is fluff." Adams further explained, I have $7 million race. I have a clear plan to raise it, and each night we are executing the plan. Throughout 2021 campaign, Adams solicited and knowingly accepted straw donations. Holy fuck. Oh, wait, hold on. Are we live on Twitch? Because I just gotta... Hold on. We're not live on Twitch. Why is this person... I got a fucking bot. I got a bot advertising in my offline Twitch chat. What? Okay. Looks like this is still down. I guess I'm just gonna probably have to restart OBS for this to work. So what a shame. Knowingly accepted straw donations, including from foreign sources, while continuing to secretly accept free and heavily discounted travel benefits. As part of these efforts, Eric Adams, the defendant, solicited and knowingly accepted straw donations to the 2021 campaign that were facilitated by a Turkish official, beginning as early as April 2018. Was there not literally an email in which he reminded them to delete their messages and he just goes, yeah, and forgets to? We haven't gotten to that part yet, but that's very possible. It doesn't seem like he's a corruption expert by this this indictment here. It doesn't seem like he's super knowledgeable on how to do corruption, so... Yeah, we're not dealing with, like, fucking Dr. Evil here. Also, straw donations are just donations that are done like by like like somebody who is... It's like doing a donation through another person, right? Adams asked the airline manager to fundraise for the 2021 campaign, and the airline manager sought to organize a fundraiser. On June 14, 2018, the Turkish official exchanged messages with Adams, asking how much money companies can donate. Adams' staffer explained that only individuals could donate to the 2021 campaign. So, June 14th. After a Turkish official asks how much a company can donate to his 2021 mayoral campaign, a staffer on behalf of Adams tells them that only individuals can contribute. That's huge because it speaks to like the guilty mind. It's page 14. 2018, June 2022, June 22nd. Adams attended a fundraiser for the 2021 campaign. The airline manager, among others, organized and attended the event. Following the event, the Turkish official messaged the Adams staffer asking for the list of participants on the June 22nd meeting. Adams staffer then sent the Turkish official a list which included names of various persons who donated to the 2021 campaign in the preceding days or who donated in the following days. A promotional flyer for the June 22nd, 2018 fundraiser listed one of the fundraiser's hosts, a friend of the airline manager who owned an airport transportation business. In a series of messages between Adam Staffer, businessman 2, stated he had facilitated straw donations through an associate. Records from the CFB show that the associate ultimately donated $3,000 in his own name and described himself as unemployed. Ooh, wait, hold on. That's huge. A friend of the airline manager tells a staffer or Adams that he had donated $3,000 and listed himself as unemployed, so the business they owned would not show. Pretty crazy. The same day as the fundraising event, Adam Staffer and the promoter discussed by text a possible trip by Adams to Turkey. The promoter stated, in part, fundraising in Turkey is not illegal, but I think we can raise some money for your campaign off the record. Inquired, how will Adams declare that money here? He said he won't declare it. Holy fuck. Okay. So this is probably enough. A staffer texts the Turkish entrepreneur about the campaign. The entrepreneur says that they will raise some, oh no, he's gonna say some money off the record. Did he not think an unemployed person giving $3,000 would raise suspicions? I mean, like, you would think so. I don't know. Off the record, and says Adams wouldn't or won't declare it. Because they would be doing it through a U.S. citizen. Okay. Um, 2021, Eric Adams intervened with the FDNY to permit the Turkish to occupy skyscraper that did not pass fire safety inspections. I think this was page 15. I forgot to list it. Was Adams not also pretty famous for how strange he was, his obsession with rats? I had never heard of him prior to, but I'm not familiar with New York super a lot, so I would, like, New York's a really big city. I would believe that a lot of people in New York would probably be, or like around New York, or a lot of people in general would just be pretty familiar with it. I'm just not. I'm out of that loop. So this is most of the important part, I think. So now we're going to read the Trump stuff, basically. But we need to move it over. Okay. In early February, an order from the acting Deputy Attorney General, Emily Bove, who was appointed by Trump, said the indictment had restricted, so February 2025. I can copy paste now, thank God. An order from the acting Deputy Attorney General, Emily Bove, who was appointed by Trump, said the indictment had restricted the mayor's ability to process illegal immigration and violent crime in the city. I quite like, I watch quite a bit of Internet Today, and he is one of the strangest fun characters. They sometimes cover a bit of Internet Today. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I would believe it. He looks kind of silly, so not to be mean. Bove ordered federal prosecutors to drop charges, triggering a backlash. More than half a dozen prosecutors said that they would refuse the order because the Justice Department had not provided sufficient legal justification to drop the charges. He really hates rats. I also really hate rats, so I mean, the acting deputy called the prosecutors into a room on the 14th of February and threatened to fire anyone who did not do the order. So February 14th, 2025. February. Another prosecutor who quit over the order said Adams' lawyers had met with Justice Department officials and asked for a quid pro quo. What? One of the prosecutors who quit over the order said that Adams' lawyer came in looking for a quid pro quo? What? Oh, so I mean, like, well, like, what else do you say to that? Holy fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, well, why even try to be subtle? I know. Wow, okay. That's crazy. We'll do what is accused. And then Trump officials engaging in a quid pro quo to drop the if Adams enforces Trump's immigration policy. That's insane. Well, I don't even know what to say to that, honestly. I mean, like that's bad. I can kind of see why Pisco opened with that now, because that is pretty bad. I still don't think it's as bad as most of the Doge stuff right now, but it's just like the brazen spit in the face of it. Like, don't even try to cover up the corruption this time. Just do whatever the fuck you want. You know, that's the problem with this. Is it just feels like do whatever the fuck you want. What's later? No. Make my playlists. Like walking into a place you think has criminals and shouting, "Anybody want to murder somebody for me?" Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, that's not even that. It's almost worse because it's not even saying who wants to murder somebody for me. It's I will drop your charges if you murder someone for me. That's crazy. This is like Suicide Squad.